Fanatic Farms.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Fanatic Farms video and another Transformer Tuesday. Between 2007 and 2009, we were privileged, should I say, to have Transformers Animated cartoon series on our screens. And in my opinion, fourth best TV show for Transformers ever. Obviously, G1, the OG cartoon, best ever. Beast Wars, then Beast Machines, then Transformers Animated. That is my favourites. And I also think it's because they kind of all in the same continuity. They all kind of carry on from the G1 series. I think that's why I like it so much. But as I was saying, I loved this show and I love the style of it. I like the fact that we have now curved Transformers instead of like blocky robots like the G1s. And I fell in love with the toys. When the toys were first released, I absolutely loved them and I had a butt ton of them. I think I had nearly every single one, apart from a couple of repaints and stuff like that. But sadly, you know, COVID happened and I had to sell a lot of my toys to kind of keep going through life. I only had, well, I had two surviving. I had Jetstorm, Jetfire, and I did a video on them, and I sold that. And my only surviving one now is Leader Class Bulkhead. So this is the front of the box of Bulkhead, and you know what? I love it. Like I say, I love the style of the show, and I love the Transformers animated, like stylized, right font, and especially being slapped across the front of the box. I just love that. And also we have on the front of the box, what else we've got? Let me scroll my notes down. You got the big old hole in the front for the try me function, which is kind of cool. And then it advertises that the headmaster little purple thing at the bottom there can change its personality of the robot. Spinning buzzsaw and comes with an opening and closing. Oh no, got too far of myself. Comes with 2 included AA batteries. And you know what? It wasn't before I started doing this video that I actually changed the batteries from back then, 2007. Stupid. I should have taken them out long ago because they were corroded, and I'm surprised the toy still works, to be honest. So remember to take batteries out of toys. And then on the back of the box, we have the product shot of Bulkhead, and little pics all started around, like saying what features he has, and different quotes are little written around there as well. So like his plate features are his head changes expression and moves when you push the button. He has the spinning buzzsaw blade, as said before, on his arm. His other arm has an opening, closing, like hand. Lights and sounds. We have removable air torpedoes. We have a conversion sound of the Transformer noise, and then you put the headmaster unit on, and he changes color. Like the lights change, and the voice changes as well. And then also we have a bio. Sorry, I keep looking, like I say, my notes are here. And I will say, it's weird. He has a bio, but there's no stats that I can find for this guy. I can find it for his next reincarnation. I can't remember what toy line that was, but his other Bulkhead toy that came out a few years after. But for animated Bulkhead, I don't actually think any of the animated toys had stats. But okay, so anyway, yeah, the bio on the box reads, Bulkhead, super tough, strong bot. It's hard not to like Bulkhead. Despite being huge, strong, he's the kindest, most gentle of all Autobots. He always has others people's best interests at heart. He's also a klutz, and that's why he's so terrifying. Why it's so terrifying, sorry. When the headmaster takes over his body, Bulkhead regularly engages in wholesale property damage purely by accident. With the headmaster in charge of his body, will anybody able to stop the tide of destruction? So yeah. Let's bring out my one, because that's pretty much what the box will get rid of that. Let's bring out my guy. And this is Bulkhead, the leader class Bulkhead toy. And yeah, he does look different to his animated version. And yes, I am missing one of the air torpedoes, reason why I didn't sell it. Yeah, in the actual TV show and the deluxe figure, he doesn't have these missile things on it. He doesn't have this gun turret on top. But according to the designer of this toy, which is, I've got his name written down here somewhere, Eric Banler, Sibenia, I don't know. The extra weapons apparently were added in his head, were added on if Henry Musson, the headmaster guy, carried on using Bulkhead's body. He would have given him like weaponry upgrades and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what that is. That's how they got around putting these extra weapons on. But yeah, this is Bulkhead in his armored SWAT van mode thing. And on the front, if you push the Autobot insignia, lights up, we get a flashing siren sound. That's kind of cool. And it does roll. Not great on a smooth table, but that is what it is. And I will say, when I did have all the animated figures, Bumblebee, Ratchet, Optimus Prime, Prowl, I also had the Deluxe Bulkhead as well. And it didn't really scale up very well, but this did scale well with the other toys. So I would have this one with all the Deluxe figures, and it would be a nice little scale sizing. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, to transform this, what you do is remove. You gotta love that noise. Remove the gun turret thing, which blatantly it's only there to hide Bulkhead's head, because there it is straight away. Lift up the back paneling. He says, let me think. Yeah, do the feet first. Feet fold down from underneath like so. Like that. Throw a missile on the floor. So you've got the legs come down. And you push it back up and it clicks into place. Fold the feet out. Push. And you missed a step down. You've got to fold. Oh, everything's just falling apart. Okay, just let's just watch me struggle with this thing. I've transformed this thing so many times. I've never had this much trouble. I'm knocking bullets off, and yeah, this is just. I will admit these gun turret pieces do come off quite easy because they are just little, like the pegs. Yeah, it doesn't. They don't clip on very well, and also because I mistransform it to hide them. You fold the back wheels up, fold that down, pop the arms out, push, push, like that. Slide that up, drop the kibble down from his back. Alright, these bits, like I say, the gun turret bit here. You're meant to fold them up and they bend like so. Do you know, it's really difficult trying to do these things backwards. Bring the arms round, rotate them round, and then you bring the chest up a bit. Like that. And then you've got these hole here. And the arm just pegs in both sides. Push, push. I fold these down, fold that down. And this is why mine falls apart, because I really stretch the gun turret things and kind of fold them behind Bulkhead's arms to make him look more show accurate, because obviously he doesn't have that in the show. So like that. And then you take his back kibble, rotate it around like so, fold it over his shoulders like that, and then you're meant to rotate the air torpedoes and like that, like that. Where's that one go? Oh, the other one's here. But yeah, there's meant to be 4 of these air torpedo things, and I don't get them. I don't like them, but they're part of the toy, so hey ho, never mind. But yeah, after all that faffing, and probably a terrible thing to watch, this is Bulkhead in his robot mode, and you know what? He's freaking epic. And I do love the fact that, you know, he could literally just look like he's just walked out of the screen. I love the fact they managed to do the curves and the odd proportion sizes from the show and transfer it into a physical media like this. I think that's cool. Like having his weeny little piddly legs, this honking body, the big bulky arms. I just think it's so cool. I know they kind of did it a little bit in what do you call it, Beast Wars and Beast Machines with those toys, but if I remember correctly, some of those organic shapes didn't really work, and there was a lot of kibble and stuff like that. So to be able to do it for the animated show, and it wasn't just Bulkhead, like Prime looked fantastic, Ratchet looked awesome. He had this, that big backpack thing. Bumblebee looked great. Prow was epic. That figure was amazing, especially the Samurai Prow. I love that toy, but sadly, like I say, got rid of it. So yeah, the fact that they could do that is insane. And as you can hear, he has ratcheted arms. But I am, like I said before, I'm not a big fan of these bloody air torpedo things on the side of his arms and just this like panel just stuck there. You know, Bulkhead in the cartoon had rounded arms like this. So just having this panel here just kind of ruins it a little bit. But now that he is transformed, you push his insignia again. Let me get my head out of the way. There we go, zoomed it. He lights up and his head moves.
Sorry, my bad.
And his jaw opens.
Time for the big guns.
But what I will find a little bit weird is on the box and on the product shot, when you push the button, it's implied that it lights up blue around here and on the eyes instead of yellow. That's a little bit queer, a bit weird. But yeah, like I say, only play. Oh, I'm taking the missiles off. I'm had enough of these things. Stupid things. As said in the box, he does have his buzzsaw, which is in this hand. There you go. And then on the inside of the arm, there's that. And if you push it forward, it makes the buzzsaw blade turn, which is kind of cool. And on this side, we have his clasping hand and another switch. Push it forward, opens, close. Sadly, we don't get a wrecking ball like we did with the deluxe figure, because, you know, Bulkhead had his wrecking ball weapon. That was his weapon of choice. Well, it wasn't really a weapon of choice. He was a space bridge engineer. He didn't really do weapons. And then, having a buzzsaw makes sense. It's maintenance. The wrecking ball, kind of wish we had. But yeah, articulation-wise, as you saw, we got bend at the elbows with the ratchet joints. The arms can rotate. They can't do 360 because of, well, actually, they can do that rotation. Head doesn't move unless you push the button. Legs forward, backwards, bend at the knee. Feet rotate as well. No waist articulation at all. But yeah, that's the articulation. Oh, and one thing they didn't say on the box, which they can do on this figure, you couldn't do on the deluxe one, was, where is episode? Episode 5, season 1, Total Meltdown. Bulkhead uses these as a chair. You transform him and he sits on him, the kibble on himself. So what you do is you can literally fold him back down like that. Lock it into place, bend it over, and then just bend his knees, so he kind of can sort of use it as a chair, which I think is quite cool. Like so, that he can redo that from the show. I like that. It's just little things like that just make me happy. And then, as we saw in the box, we also get this, which is the Headmaster unit, designed and made by Henry Masterson. Yeah, that was what episode 13 of season 1 titled Headmaster. And then what you do is you can plug it on top of Bulkhead, because he possesses Bulkhead's body in the thing. So it looks like that. And now you push the button. It only says that, ownage, total ownage. And the lights now change to red. I think that's a kind of a cool little gimmick. And the fact, again, it looks so similar to the one in the cartoon. What's also kind of cool is this Headmaster unit will fit on Leader Class Megatron as well. Doesn't change expression or lights analog, but it will fit over Megatron's head. I, again, used to have Megatron. But yeah, this is such a duty figure, and I need to go back and rewatch animated series because it was so cool. And just, well, the story was just so well done. The animation style was beautiful. I just loved it. And this figure is so wicked. It's kind of making me want to go back and buy animated toys again. Even though I sold them all of like 5 years ago, I'm now tempted to go back and rebuy them, which is a pain in the ass because I saw Swindle was like 50 quid now. Yeah, which is a shame. But yeah, I'm very tempted. But anyway, guys, this is the wicked cool, amazingly awesome style. Just looks beautiful. It doesn't look that bad from the back. Yeah, just amazingly duty, awesome, Leader Class, Transformers Animated Bulkhead. If you can get this guy on the secondary market, do it. What's stopping you? This guy is wicked, so get it. Anyway, blokes, guys, people, anyone. Anywho, rambled too much. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next Transformer Tuesday. Bye.